Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited for today's video because we are going to be trying out Disney World's infamous churro recipe. I'm so excited. Disney Parks, their food blog, has been releasing a whole bunch of parks recipes recently because everyone is in self-isolation, quarantine, whatever. Everyone has been trying out these recipes and I decided I wanted to try out the Disney churro recipe, and of course I was going to do it with you guys today. I'm wondering if this is gonna actually taste like the park churros. Not that I would actually know because I've never had them. However, I think they're still going to taste really good. From what I've heard, churros taste kind of like beaver tails, which is what we eat up here in Canada. So we'll see, we'll try them, we'll figure it out. The recipe actually looks super simple, which is why I decided to do it, because I am by no means any professional cook. So hopefully I can figure this out.
So for this recipe, you are going to need water, butter, you're going to need salt and cinnamon, a little bit for now, a little bit for later, and then you're also going to need flour, of course, and then you'll need 3 eggs. You will obviously need vegetable oil for frying the churros, and then finally sugar.
I will also have this recipe linked down below in the description so that if you guys want to make this recipe yourselves, you can go right ahead and do that. So we are going to start off at the stove, and what I'm going to be doing here is I am going to be combining the water, butter, salt, and some of the cinnamon in this pot right here. And in this pot, this is what is going to form our dough ball. It says to bring the pot to a rolling boil, which means that this is going to form a sort of dough ball as it heats up and as it starts boiling. So I'm just going to keep stirring it and kind of mix it all together. So I would say we are pretty much at a rolling boil here. It's looking pretty good. It's boiling pretty good. And now we are going to add in the flour. So this is what is going to make the ball form. So we are adding in 1.25 cups of flour. And we're pouring it in, and then it says to stir it vigorously until the actual ball of dough forms. So that is what we are going to do. It's actually coming together a lot quicker than I thought it would. I am going to turn down the heat a bit because it is sticking to the bottom a little bit. Okay, and now that it is pretty much in a nice ball form there, it's starting to stick together. We're going to put in the eggs very slowly. So one at a time. I have 3 eggs and I'm just going to crack them, put them in, stir it, and then do another one. Oh shoot, I did it wrong. Okay, so I fully did this wrong. You're supposed to let it cool off before you added the eggs. So I only added 1 egg so far, so I'm going to let it cool and then add the other 2 and see how that goes. I may have just like 100% messed this up. Okay, this is why I should not be allowed to cook things. So I stirred in 1 egg, but now it has sat for about 5 to 7 minutes. It's all stuck together like obviously it is supposed to look, and I'm just gonna add in the other 2 eggs. I'm hoping adding in the 1 didn't do much to it, like didn't ruin it, but I guess we'll find out. This is why you should always fully read the recipe, unlike me, who just goes with it and usually screws up. But it's fine. So we're gonna add in the eggs and then stir them in. The eggs are making it really liquidy again, which I hope is right.
Throw your things away tonight, we'll go a different way, you and me.
There we go. So this definitely looks like a dough batter now, for sure. So actually reading the full instructions this time, we are going to set this aside, heat oil in a medium skillet or 1 quart saucepan over medium-high heat, or until temperature reaches 350 degrees. I thought we had vegetable oil here. Turns out we don't. So as a result, we are going to use corn oil and hope it works the same way. So as that is heating up, this here is what we're going to try to put the dough into. It is like an icing thingy to use. So this here is the end I'm using. it just is like a star end. It's the biggest one we have. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I know churros are usually a little bigger than this, so I'm not sure if they expand when they fry or not, but we will see. So I have to put the dough in here, and then we will use this obviously to make the churros. Okay, so we're going to take 1.5 cups of the oil. I have a feeling we might need a little bit more just because this is a bigger skillet thing that I am using, but we'll see how it goes. As long as the churro bites are like covered, I don't think it's going to be an issue. And because we are just using like 1.5 cups, I'm just kind of going to estimate it. I mean, we're putting in the cup now, and then I'll fill this approximately to half. I don't really think it needs to be exact because it's not like we're adding this to the recipe, we're just kind of frying it in it. And now is the fun part where we need to figure out how to put the dough into the piping bag. Okay, that actually wasn't as terrible of a process as I thought. So this is one full piping thing, and then I do have a lot of dough left, so we could probably make another one, if not 2 more of these to be able to make churros. So this is actually going to make quite a few churros, this recipe for sure. So I'm going to screw this back on. So this pot is definitely starting to do a bit of a boiling thing, which I think means that it is ready to go. So we're going to try it out. What I'm going to do, or what you guys are going to see me do, is I'm going to put a little bit of churro in, and then I'm going to try to cut off the end and then bake another one, and so on and so forth. I'm just gonna make churro bites because I feel like that'll be a lot easier than trying to make the big long churros, but I don't know, we're gonna see how it goes.
Tell your friends that this might take some time and you'll be back another day.
Whoa. Whoa.
I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah.
The next part is going to be the fun part. This is where we get to coat the churros in their cinnamon sugar topping thing, whatever you want to call it. We're going to put them in this bowl here with the sugar and cinnamon, the remaining cinnamon. I believe it's like half a teaspoon or something. We're going to put that in here. We're going to coat the churros, and then they are all done and ready to serve. I definitely like 100% burnt some of them, but you know what? That's okay. A lot of them turned out really well. So I'm literally just going to roll them, coat them, then put them on this other plate over here, and that's it. I am actually really impressed. This was a super easy recipe. Obviously, I haven't tasted them yet to 100% know they're awesome, but I don't know, they smell good. They look like churros. Like I said, I've never had one, but they look like churros.
Feels like we crossed the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far.
So now that they are all coated in the wonderful cinnamon sugar, I'm going to put them on a different plate, a couple of them, and plate them to look all fancy and nice. So I'm just going to grab a couple of my absolute favorites, the ones that look, you know, the best done, the prettiest. Put them on a plate here. And then what would a Disney snack be without some Mickeys? So I'm going to put some Mickeys on there. I put a little bit of food coloring in each of these bags with a little bit of flour. I was going to use icing sugar. We don't have any, so I just used flour and a little bit of water, and they made this very like thick texture. So I'm just going to cut a hole in the end and make some little Mickeys on the plate.
Baby, let's go far.
Okay, so I mean, they look kind of cute. Icing sugar definitely would have turned out a lot better. They're a little messy, but that's okay. We are all done our churros, and now for, of course, the taste test. They are so good. It definitely tastes just like a beaver tail, or what I assumed a churro would taste like. This is a great recipe. I'm very glad Disney released this. If you do want to check it out or make it for yourself, like I said, everything is going to be down in the description, the link to the recipe, all of that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my attempt at making Disney churros, and I hope you have a magical rest of your day.